Hey everybody, Jillian here. Welcome to my channel. So glad that you're here today. I have a journaling Bible flip through where I'm going to share 17 or so journaling Bible entries that I did during the month of January. So without further ado, I will go ahead and get started. If you guys are interested in any products that you see here, I'll do my best to explain what they are, how I did it, or if there's a process video that shows you how I achieved the look and some of the heart behind it. And then also my Bible itself is linked in the video description below, so if you guys want to check any of those affiliate links out, they will be down there for you to do that. So this first entry is using the Print and Pray set from Brave Little Tailor. I think it's called the Hello Goodbye Journal Kit. So fun to use her little narwhals and just her beautiful illustrations and lettering and things like that for this entry in Genesis 3. This one was one of my favorites this month. This is the Beloved Society from Beth, and was really inspired by the colors that she chose for this month's devotional and decided to pick those out the best I could with what acrylic paints I already had, and then used a painting technique that I will link to that I actually show you in another process video, so I'll link to that if you want to check it out. But really liked doing this entry and the heart behind it in Genesis 11 here at the Tower of Babel. And then I don't know if you can tell here, but I actually put some glitter mixed with glue on a paintbrush and added these little like glitter strokes. And I actually do that in a video also, and I'll link that. It's actually another Beloved Society process video. I'll link that if you guys want to check it out too. So I have a process video for this page, and I did the exact same painting technique as here. So if you watch this video, you'll see how I achieved this look for sure, but then also how I went about doing this one. This was super fun using the Delight in His Day collection from Illustrated Faith and a couple wonky alphas from Bella Boulevard. This entry I don't love, so I never shared it, but it is using the Created to Create Bible Journaling Kit. And let me go grab that really quick and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's this guy that is available at Dayspring, and it has the original Created to Create devotional in here, stamp set, pen, stickers, die cut pieces, washi tape, and an ink pad that is not in here right now. But that's pretty much what comes in. It also has a Bible mat, tape runner, basically everything you see here. So I wanted to do an entry with it at the beginning of the year to show you guys how I used it, and then I just didn't love it, so I didn't share it. But I used everything in this box to get this look, with the exception of the acrylic paints here. Next, we've got this entry in Matthew. There's a process video for it. I used the #goals devotional kit from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring using some Neo colors. So if you guys want to check that out, I will link it for you. I also have a process video for this over on the Illustrated Faith channel. Again, I think my current obsession, is these wonky alphas with these enamel hearts. They're so cute. And I did a fun little technique with a die cut actually here. So I will link that if you guys want to check it out. This one has another process video. It's using Elaine's Go Girl Go journal kit from the Print and Pray shop, and I just love her whimsical and fun illustrations like these sunglasses. The sunglasses are actually what inspired the title of the page, and had so much fun putting this together. And now that I look at it, it's really simple, but yeah, it was just fun to do, and there's a lot of meaning behind it. Next up is this entry. I used Tamara Arcelia's set from the Print and Pray shop. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll go ahead and list it here at the bottom of this screen and link it below if you guys want to check it out. I actually used a couple of her sets. I used these beautiful florals from her Enchanted series devotional, the Beauty and the Beast edition, and then this is from her set. I think it's called God Windows, actually. She just has such unique stuff, so be sure to check that out. This entry was probably one of my favorites. As you can see, totally into the acrylic paint this month. So I used the goals kit again, the stamps, the really cool like geometric stamps. I put the this sticker This sticker here that says hope, I just backed it with some cardstock and then cut off like the arrow top of it and then washi it onto the page so it like created a tab for me. Again with the enamel hearts and the washi from the kit. This entry is really, really simple. I actually challenged myself in the beginning, the first of 12 in a series that I'm doing, where I'm challenging myself to introduce some newer Bible journalers to one supply and try and use only that supply in addition to a few basics on my page. So the first installment was clear stamps, and I used this butterfly stamp set from Illustrated Faith and some colored pencils. So I allowed myself some basics, and I will go ahead and link the process video if you guys want to check that out. Maybe if you're a beginner and you're kind of overwhelmed by the supplies, or you're not sure how to use all of them necessarily, this may be a good place to start for you. So I'll go ahead and link that for you. It's in this entry is in 2 Corinthians 5. I ended up doing verses 16 through 21. So, confession time. I started an entry here in Galatians. I think it was meant to be in Galatians 3 using Elaine's Go Girl Go journal kit set. And I started this a while ago. I didn't date it, and I didn't underline the verse that I wanted to use or reference it anywhere on the page. So I think I got distracted and I never finished it. But you guys, I cannot figure out where I was going with this, even what verse I was journaling. I thought maybe I was doing something later on in Galatians because these pages are full, so I would have like no problem going to the nearest blank page. But I just cannot for the life of me remember what verse I was journaling. I can't even believe that. So I think it was somewhere over here in Galatians 3. Of course, I already have an entry here, so I didn't do it on that page, but that is why I always make sure to mark my verse early on in my process. So now I just have this beautiful Bible page, and I'm going to have to go back and journal on it later. But I really, yeah, so it happens. It happens. I'm here to let you know. It happened to me. So here are a couple entries that I did. I ended up doing the home goals. I ended up doing this session, the home goals, twice. I have 2 entries for it in my journaling Bible. Here's the first one that I did in Colossians, and then I did the other one in Proverbs 31, and I didn't even show that to you, using Brianna's set Back to Basics. So here's the second one that I did. There's a process video for this over on the Illustrated Faith channel if you want to check it out. And then this is the first one that I did. And so I even kept the title pretty similar. This one is God-Sized Dreams, and the other one is God-Sized Goals. And then I ended up using this little this piece here as a tip-in because I really wanted it on the page, but obviously there wasn't room, so just used it as a tip-in here, and didn't clash with the page behind it, which I also created this month. This was week 2 of the Fresh Focus class from by April over on illustratedfaith.com/workshops if you want to check that out. Really fun to work through this. This is actually the traveler's notebook that I did for it. Let's see, week 2. Yeah, week 2. This was my entry for week 2 that I just did in my journaling Bible instead of in the traveler's notebook that I made. So, trying to be flexible. The next entry I have a process video for over on the Illustrated Faith channel. It's the kindness goals entry. Use some Neo colors to get this page done. Really, really simple. This entry here was the first one, or one of the first ones that I did using Brave Little Tailor set Hello Goodbye. So I just taped with washi tape here the devotional card in here, and then did some journaling with the walrus and the whale. Just so cute. And instead of leaving the back of this white, because I printed it on white cardstock, I used some of the patterned paper that was included with the bundle, and just backed the tip in with the patterned paper. So it was even nice to look at on the back. Next up is next up again, another Fresh Focus entry in James 1:5. And then I had no idea when I journaled this that the verse for week 1 of goals was also in James 1:5. So no big deal. I just moved over to this page here. I used one of the tip-ins to get my journaling done, and I created this look with Neo colors and then white acrylic paint, and I had some serious bleed through issues. So it bled through so bad. Not only did it go to the back side of this page, it also went on to this next page. And so I originally thought about covering it when I went to do this prayer page, but I really liked the way that it looked with this sticker, and so I just went with it. I used the highlighter set from the Print and Pray shop, and I used some Neo colors, actually, the same colors, this bluish green and then the pink, to just get some really big paint splatters on the page. I cut up the tip in, punched out my favorite lines from the devotional card here to use as a tab, and then just used my tiny attacher, this little stapler, to get it up to the top, and then got my journaling down. So really super simple, and just totally embraced the bleed through on this page. Next up is an entry using Shauna Klingerman's printables in 1 John, and I loved just layering all of the things on top of each other. The colors for the mood board this month for Print and Pray were just really beautiful, and wanted to make sure to incorporate all of them, and I had so much fun just layering and layering them. And then I took a black pen and outlined them so that they just have a little more definition on the page. And then what else? I didn't have much journaling here, like nothing to put on the backside here. And I did a tip in here so that I could go through and like read the text if I wanted to go back and read this part of 1 John. So, and then even if I needed to take it off totally, no big deal. I can totally do that because it's just adhered with washi tape. So that was how I put that together. And then just to get it back in, no big deal. There we go. And then for the last entry, I used these title starters from the Print and Pray shop, and I used some Faber-Castell artist pens in these colors roughly to get the flowers painted and the greenery painted, and then I used it even to highlight my verse. So just really simple. This didn't take a lot of time, probably under 10 minutes to get the sticker paper down, and it just looks like it's part of the page almost, right? And then colored straight on top of the sticker paper with the markers, and then it doesn't smear or anything like that. So, and no bleed through, but I have an entry on the back, so you wouldn't be able to tell. Anyway, yeah, I actually have a process video for this if you guys want to check it out. It's part of Gratitude Documented. I'll link it if you want to check it out in January, even though I did it in November. So that's it. That's a look at the entries that I completed in the month of January. I felt like there were so many more, but I'm pleased with what I did, and it's just really cool to look back at my Bible and see where I was in the Word when, and what I was learning, and what he was teaching me. So this is such a treasure to me. If you're new to Bible journaling and have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Just leave me a comment down below. I'd be happy to get back to you if you have a question about anything that I used, or maybe how I did something in particular. Just reference the page, let me know. I'd be happy to answer that for you as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you next Wednesday with a brand new Bible journaling process video. See you then.